Hi, today is April 8th, 2021, and I'm reading on rapper DMX. Um, he is a Sagittarius, birthday of December 18th, and his birth year was 1970, so he's 50 years old, and he was born in Mount Vernon, New York. As I said, he's a rapper. And right now, he's on life support in a vegetative state. And his conditions are not improving from what I read on an update 20 minutes ago. So let's just see, how things are going to go. All right. So I'm going to ask my spiritual mentors to please assist me to read accurately and clearly in all my readings, and to share with me and us, rather, through the use of the symbols of the cards. I'm using, by the way, the Haunted House Tarot deck today. What it is we need to know about rapper DMX's condition. What does the universe feel that would be best for us to know with concern to rapper DMX, his condition? So I'm asking the Creator, the source of truth, life, and wisdom, and unconditional love, to help me to understand and share with you. And I give thanks. And again, pardon the scratchy voice. All right. Just going to try to dial in now. I get a certain kind of a feeling, and I have to kind of wait until I get that feeling and shuffle. But I don't want to leave it too long. Okay. Rapper DMX. What is it that we need to know with regarding him, his health, what's been going on? What does the universe wish us to understand? Want us to understand? Grabs my stomach. Sorry. All right. Here we go. This is the card that's covering him. So he has the Four of Cups. And this indeed can speak about, because it is cups, cups will always be associated with substance or anything kind of mind-altering type of substance. And it's reflective of the emotive state. So what we see here is a stillness. There is a stillness, and there is just a kind of a lack of awareness, not being fully aware of what's happening, and just kind of stuck. Okay. And in a position of waiting. And this, I think, is also the nod to the substance having been consumed. I have got ash in my nail. That drives me nuts. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. Anyhow, he is crossed by death. This is a radical change and an ending. And I think it speaks for itself. It is what is the challenge for him would be and this is also saying, in order to overcome the damage that I think has been done, he would have to it would have to be such a radical change that I don't think it's possible. And of course it isn't, because it is the card of death, which is, it's an ending. And a very pronounced ending. So let's just carry on. All right. The base card is the Knight of Pentacles. And this is an ongoing, regular, it feels like this is day in, day out, kind of, yeah. To me, it's like feeling like the body is just there, operating. But in that vegetative way. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just there. The message to me with this card is, he's not really there. He's there, but he's not really there. It's like preliminary functions is what I'm getting with this card. It really just a very, very strong sense of preliminary functions. Preliminary, just the body just operating, but not really That's my feeling. You're alive, most definitely, but that's about it. It's not really being. I'm definitely getting the lack of awareness, of consciousness, of conscious awareness in him. It's just kind of existing. And he's just waiting to pass. Oh gosh, that's what I'm getting now when I look at these three cards together. He's just waiting for his body to give out, or for them to come to the decision to remove him from support. He's just waiting to be cut free. I'm not trying to be crude or insensitive. That must be so difficult for his loved ones, and my heart goes out to them and to all his loved ones and to him. I'm sorry this happened. What crowns him is the Five of Wands, and this is a struggle. This is a struggle, and I feel that having that card crowning him, it just indicates he would not be able to make it without this machine to keep him alive, life support, because he's really ready to pass, is what I get. Okay. Right. And in the recent past, we have the High Priestess. He's between two worlds. He is between Earth and the next world, is definitely the feeling I'm getting. He's in the waiting room, is what he's telling me. He's like, I'm just waiting because my body's not going to make it through this. I'm just waiting to transition. And he was keen to go and cross over, because this is where extended family and all friends are, and he's very keen to join them, is what I'm getting. And again, I don't mean to be insensitive, but I'm just relating what I am getting. And he realizes, he knows that right now this body, as I said, will not be able to recover, and so he is just waiting with that Four of Cups covering him. Death is crossing him, And it's connecting to the in-between state that he's in of a kind of like a waiting room essence of 4 of Cups, and the two with the High Priestess, to me, is, again, she represents that in between. You can be in between worlds, and that's the first hit that I'm getting off of that. There's also some I think there is a bit of mystery around. There's some things in the past that have yet also, I think, to come to light. They may be being deliberately held back in his case. So I don't feel like we've got the complete full story on his circumstance. And I think it's for the privacy of family and his privacy. But I see him transitioning, and, well, here he is with the ancestors, with his family. He has the Queen of Pentacles, is where his mind is at, or where his thought process is at. Let's just carry on. This, what is in the environment, is the 7 of Cups. It could have, this could be the aspect of overdose. This is definitely also just in fact that he's in an altered state, and where he's at environmentally, if we were to say, where is he at? This reaffirms to me that impression that I got from the High Priestess of being in an in-between state, an altered state of being. And there are many levels of reality. There are many different realms, is, I think, one of the better words to describe. And the realm that he's currently in is an in-between state type of realm, where he has a lot of different variations of what he can do once he makes a choice, or once certain things come into place, and that it would be the transitional act of passing. I just got a slight hit off of that Queen of Pentacles, forgive me, and now I've kind of like lost it again. So let me just continue and see if I can't. In the hopes and fears, he has the Magician. And this is to do with communication. This is to do with being able to express. And I think his one of his fears is not being able to do that. So he doesn't want to be in a vegetative state, is what I really strongly feel. He doesn't want to be left that way. He's like, pull the cord if I'm not going to be able to express myself and carry on the way I did before. And I think he understands, definitely, in the level of awareness that he's at, that he's just waiting. So he's just waiting. But he does not want to remain in that state. And he does want to be able to have the freedom to communicate and express himself. And I think when you're in that state, some people find it very hard, I think, to be able to get attention. But in this respect, I think it's more about his ability to be able to create and communicate. And as a rapper and as a person, I think that is important to him. And so I think he's just emphasis on waiting to pass over. Final end result card is the Hermit. This is a journey, and he has other realms to explore. And this is, he will be at peace once he can really get through to be reunited with his family that have transitioned, and then yet later going to explore after he's been reunited. So I think we are looking at a number of days, maybe weeks, but not long, terribly, I think. And he will transition over. I say that because I get that this is the card, as I said, of ancestors, of family. And so I feel like in the near future, that's the near future, he will be with them. So this card crossing him at the present is the now. So he is in the now, and of course, but his passing is also in the now. So I feel like it's within days. It's really just not terribly far off. It's just days, maybe. Short time, absolutely. So I think he will be passing soon and transitioning to be with his loved ones on the other side, and I think he's keen to do that. There might be a particular female that he's keen to see, a Queen of Pentacles. She might be someone that will help him, escort him. I feel like she's someone on the other side that he's looking to meet up with. And Seven of Cups, I think this deals with the realm he's in. It also deals with the fact that this was, I think, substance-based. But he's just waiting to complete his transition, and that's coming soon. And to be reunited with loved ones, that shows up with the Ten of Cups. And then to explore with the Hermit and do his kind of his own processing that he needs to do once he gets over there. Yeah, this is indicating, having been through a tough time with the Nine of Wands, and with the Hierophant, this deals with, I think he struggled with not fitting in. So there's definitely a motive work that he's going to be doing on the other side. I think that's pretty typical when we have addiction and we're using it and we pass as a result of that, using that poor coping mechanism. And so there's taking a look. It looks to me like he's going to receive some teaching, some help, some guidance to deal with what he was avoiding dealing with in life. He's going to receive help and teaching, assistance, support, training, to education, if you will, on the other side, and how to deal with it. And many people, that is how they end up becoming addicts, is they struggle to deal with very traumatic experiences, and so they use, a poor coping mechanism like drugs or some unhealthy aspect. And that's what happened here. So he's kind of got to realize and look at that, even if he doesn't want to. And there's fear there. Most people don't want to. That's why that they continue to reach for drugs of some kind. Here is the Bully card with the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords. There's definitely a feeling here of some kind of like passive aggressive. And this is also pushing things away. I think he may have been really difficult for people to try to encourage to get help. That definitely feels like he may not have been, and I don't know I'm not super familiar with him. I know of him, but I'm not like, I wasn't a super big fan of his. Not to say that I feel like his music isn't good or anything like that. Nope. None of that. I'm just saying I'm not familiar with him. So what I'm getting here is I'm being shown, and I get a really strong feeling of him being very, he would make himself into a bit of a porcupine, so that when people, I think, tried to approach him about doing what he needed to do, making the changes he needed to change, I think he kept them at bay by using anger or being prickly, being using anger to keep people, from bothering you about topics you didn't want to be bothered by. And that's what I'm getting here with him. And here's the balance. This is karma. This is something must give. Justice. And yes, we're dealing with the aspect of bringing, as you can see with the 2, it is also about reflecting that balance, finding that balance. It's the oscillating, typically, 2 of Pentacles, juggling and creating balance, finding what you have to juggle, finding that groove. But I just don't feel like he really let the help in as deeply as he needed in his life. I think he held it out. Queen of Wands and 2 of Cups. So this looks like a lover. I am not aware if he's married or what, girlfriend, partner, but here we have legal issues that are going to be juggled. I'm presuming, and I'm feeling like this is also debts he might have had being handled. This is, I feel like the wife is dealing with this, or this female is a lover, somebody very close, at the very least, if not intimate. Can be just good friends sometimes too, but like somebody that knows you really well. And the 3 of Wands and a Queen of Swords. So there I'm getting a Queen of Swords. She feels like, this feels like friends, close. These are 2 different women. This woman is wanting to expand, looking into something with regard to him. Look, it's further. I'm not quite clear on her, but these 2 women, this one here, this Queen of Wands, really feels much more clear to me. I feel like this is a lover, this is a friend coming up. This could be 2 women that are going back and forth at each other for certain arguing going on, maybe with regard to him and regard to his maybe passing, of who is a benefactor or something. I don't know. It's just a guess. So here we get that 2 of Wands again. We have the 2 and the 3. And this is talking about looking into things. I wonder if this is about the will. Oh, and there's some really oppressive. This is also addiction. And I feel like debt and it's just the negative being in charge of you or how you act, that has been empowered and not your positive self. This is addiction being empowered. This is sadism, oppression. And so there's wanting to look more deeply into this. So there's going to be something that comes up with two women. It looks like in regard to DMX after he's passed, I feel like, or with regard to perhaps his estate or certain aspects. And I get a feeling his estate is not in good shape, potentially. Yeah, there's looking at the financial situation or reformatting. I'm not sure here, but there's some re-establishment, having to create a change where I feel like debts are paid off successfully, or where the money angle is how it should be, is better handled or fixed. And then something is able to proceed, and that there is success. But these two women, I think, are going to be arguing about this. Or they might be, I don't know, for all I know, possibly working together on it. But that doesn't always happen. So I'm going to say maybe they're kind of, I feel like this is DMX saying, he left before he wanted to go. It was not intentional, but that he feels better now on the other side because he's got clarity and he's more empowered. The Nine of Pentacles is a very empowered card out of the minor arcana. Maybe the most empowered, like self-empowered card. And what I'm getting is he's indicating to me that, he wasn't empowered as the devil shows here. Addiction, other problems were in charge. And so he's showing us that he's been able to leave that behind, because it comes next to those cards as well. And he's, moving on into a state of being where he is whole, where he isn't as broken and lacking clarity and empowerment as he did on Earth with addiction. This is change, and this is karma having been wrapped up. And the star just makes me feel like he's able to feel and exist in a, I feel like there's healing, spiritual healing that will be going on. So he's going to be processing a lot on the other side. And I do not think, honestly, sadly, that he will make any kind of recovery. I think that's pretty obvious. And I think it's just days before he is going to pass. So that is my reading on DMX, and bless him and bless his loved ones. If you like my content, please make sure that you do subscribe, and that if you were subscribed before, just double check, make sure you're still subscribed, because there's some buggy stuff with YouTube going on. And make sure your notifications are on. If you want to, you can share. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.